Hello everyone, welcome back to our class English Conversation. And for today's lesson, we are going to discuss about documentation and finance. As usual, at the end of this class, you are required to make a conversation. For today's lesson, you are required to make a conversation in regard to documentation and finance. Besides this PDF, you can also look at the book that I already sent you on chapter 8, Documentation and Finance. Actually, all the materials today are taken from this book on chapter 8, so make sure you also check them out. Let's see what we're going to discuss today. So we have at least 3 subtopics or 3 sections. The first one is vocabularies, second one conversation example, and the third one is useful phrases. In vocabularies, we will learn some words or group of words that will be useful in making your conversation. Also, we will see the conversation example. And the last one is the useful phrases. These phrases you can use as well in the conversation that you will construct later. So let's take a look at the first one. If you also look at this chapter 8, documentation and finance, you will find on the starter area or the starter section, there are the abbreviations, and they will ask you to complete this abbreviation. So I already completed them for you. BL is bill of lading, DP documentation against payment, EXW, or you can read them X works, CIF cost insurance rate. X works and also CIF are included in the Incoterms. Later, when you are advanced in the next semester, you can find what is Incoterm. AWB, Airway Bill, IMO, International Money Order, Bill of Exchange, and this one is LC, not IC, yeah, LC, Letter of Credit. And besides these abbreviations, I also already prepared or write here some documents. Actually, it's not just mere words, but it's documents that use in foreign trade. There are commercial invoice, certificate of origin, packing list, airway bill, consular invoice, pro forma invoice, exports license, customs invoice, dangerous goods declaration, and bill of lading. So what are the definition or what are they for, these documents? You can also find them out in this book on chapter 8. See? Task 1, they ask you to complete the list of documents used in foreign trade with words from the box. I already completed them for you, so you don't have to do that again. But please take a look here. Take a look at here. The first one is commercial invoice. So it is a document that contains specific information regarding the goods shipped in the conditions agreed between buyer and seller. Jadi intinya commercial invoice itu ya invoice, faktur gitu ya, faktur penjualan atau pembelian. The second one is certificate of origin. Document used in foreign trade which states where the goods were produced. It is often required by customs authorities. Jadi certificate of origin atau dalam bahasa Indonesianya itu surat keterangan asal. Surat keterangan asal ini adalah surat yang menyatakan di mana atau dari mana asal barang ini, dari mana mereka diproduksi gitu. Itu biasanya dibutuhkan ketika mau ngurus soal customs. Customs itu ya bea cukai. Nah, the next one is packing list. A document which specifies the contents of any form of packaging. For example, boxes, containers, cartons, without indicating the value of the goods shipped. Jadi biasanya si shipper ini harus mengirimkan yang namanya satu commercial invoice yang di atas tadi, terus sama packing list juga. Packing list ini adalah list yang berisi barang-barang yang dikirim gitu. Kalau di commercial invoice itu ada harganya berapa, kalau di packing list itu tidak ada nilainya atau tidak ada harganya ya, atau transaksi penjualnya itu berapa. Packing list ya hanya berisi list saja, list barang-barang saja. The next one is airway bill, a contract between airline and shipper. Jadi ini adalah kontrak between shipper, pengirimnya, sama airline yang penyedia jasa, penyedia jasa transportasinya. Yang spesifik di sini adalah pesawat ya, karena ini air, jadi pesawat. It is a shipping documents which states terms and condition of carriage and is also receipt for consignment. Terus ada consular invoice, a special kind of invoice sometimes required by importing country. It needs to be approved by an embassy. Terus ada pro forma invoice, jadi ada macam-macam ya invoice ini ya. Kalau pro forma invoice sendiri, a draft invoice which the seller prepares before the actual shipment takes place. Jadi kalau commercial invoice itu yang udah resmi, kalau yang pro forma itu baru draftnya. Export license, a document which is granted by government authority and states that specified goods can be exported. Customs invoice, a specific document required by customs in some countries, for example US, when importing goods. It includes more detail than a commercial invoice. Terus dangerous goods declaration, certificate prepared by the shipper or consignor, which states that hazardous goods are handled according to the international shipping regulations. Deklarasi barang berbahaya. Terus ada bill of lading, a contract between carrier and shipper which specifies the good to be shipped and the delivery terms. It is also receipt of shipment and accompanies the goods until they reach their destination. Jadi airway bill sama bill of lading ya, yang di atas ini ya. Airway bill sama bill of lading itu fungsinya sama. Tapi kalau bill of lading ini biasanya di kapal. Kalau airway bill itu di pesawat. Oke. Itu adalah pengertian-pengertiannya. Silakan dicari lebih banyak lagi. Ada banyak dokumen-dokumen. Many other documents, for example, shipping instructions. Dan ada surat-surat yang lainnya juga. For example, phytosanitary and some others. Okay. After we learn about the vocabularies or the documents and also abbreviations used in this chapter or in the section, we move to the second part, which is the examples. So there are 3 examples here. I will read them out for you and we will see how does the conversation go. So the first one is between Simon and Peter. Hi Peter, it's Simon here. Hi Simon, how are you doing? Fine, thanks. Listen Peter, I've just had a call from our customer in Iceland. They're very upset because that shipment of bag pearls in plastic containers, which was supposed to be delivered this morning, hasn't arrived yet. Do you know anything about this? Sorry, I have no idea at the moment, but I'll find out. Do you want me to get in touch with the customer as soon as I know what the problem is? Yes, that will be great. The customer says they urgently need the consignment because they want to start packaging on Monday. Okay, I'll get onto it straight away. Talk to you later then. Bye. Bye. Ini sebenarnya mirip ya dengan tugas kalian yang pertama yang membahas tentang adanya keterlambatan dan lain sebagainya atau masalah. Tapi di sini yang mau lebih diperhatikan lagi adalah tentang action yang harus diambil atau yang akan diambil, and also the way you apologize. So taking action and apologizing. We will see the useful phrases later on after these examples. Kalau kita lihat di sini, dia meminta maaf seperti ini ya. Pertama, sorry, I have no idea at the moment. And then dia langsung take action, but I'll find out. Do you want me to get in touch with the customers? Jadi dia taking actionnya itu, dia bertanya ke si Peter bertanya ke Simon, kamu mau nggak kalau saya, apakah Anda mau kalau saya langsung menghubungi customernya setelah saya tahu ada masalah apa gitu. Ya, jadi ada action yang diambil dan juga ada apologizing di situ. Second example is the conversation between Brit and Peter. Bio Beauty Pharma, Brit Egbert speaking. Hello, Miss Egbert. This is Peter Bott from Vita Cosmetics. I understand there is a problem regarding the shipment of back pearls you should have received this morning. Oh, it turns out ini adalah sambungannya ya, sambungan dari yang tadi. Kalau kalian baca kan masih sama toh. Si Peter ternyata dia nelpon Brit Egbert dari Bio Beauty Pharma. Saya continue ya. Yes, well, the containers still haven't arrived. What's the problem? And Peter explained here. I've just checked all the documents and it seems that we used the wrong address. Your consignment was delivered to another customer by mistake. I'm really sorry about this, Miss Egbert, but I'll do everything I can to get the problem sorted out. If I talk to our forwarders here in the UK now, I'm sure we'll find a solution. Okay, but make sure that we have the consignment by Monday, otherwise we'll be in serious trouble. Yes, I understand. I'll get back to you as soon as I've spoken to the forwarder. And this is the last part of this conversation. Hello, Miss Egbert, this is Peter Bott again. I've just talked to our freight forwarders here in the UK. They'll pick up the containers at the other customer's premises tomorrow morning and get them shipped to Iceland by express cargo. That way, you should have them by Friday afternoon. Would that be okay for you? Yes, that sounds good. Excellent. There's just one other thing. As I said before, the address on the documents traveling with the containers is wrong. Could you make sure that your logistics people know that? Otherwise, the consignment might be rejected at the gate. Yes, I'll see to that. Thank you for your help. It's the least I can do. Let me know if there are any other problems. I will. Bye. Ya, jadi kita bisa lihat ya di situ ada action yang diambil oleh si Peter ini untuk menyelesaikan masalah yang ditemui. Ya, jadi dia pertama emang meminta maaf dulu seperti yang tertera di percakapan section pertama tadi ya, yang ini. Terus after that dia juga melakukan langkah-langkah untuk menyelesaikan masalah. Kurang lebih sama dengan percakapan yang sudah kalian buat, tapi mungkin di sini agak lebih detail lagi mengenai actionnya yang sudah diambil ya. Nah, here you can see, after a problem or mistake has been brought to your attention, it is important to deal with it promptly. Note that we tend to use more formal style and written communication when responding to a customer. It is a good idea to acknowledge that we are aware of the problem. Oke, kalau di sini mungkin terlihat seperti ini mereply email ya. Tapi kalau yang tadi itu adalah percakapan lewat telepon. You can use these phrases. Pakai yang more formalnya karena ini dalam bisnis, so please use more formal language. Kalau di percakapan kalian yang kemarin itu banyak yang masih masih kurang formal menurut saya. Ada yang manggilnya sis, bro, dan lain-lain. Itu tidak boleh. Karena ini adalah urusan bisnis, jadi please use more formal language. Thank you for informing us about an error in our December statement. Thanks very much for pointing out the mistakes, or I understand there is a confusion in addresses or delivery dates. Ya, jadi ini kamu mengakui, acknowledge adanya, acknowledge atau mengakui bahwa kita tahu masalahnya gitu. Terus taking action and apologizing. Then we say what we want to do or have done. Apa yang akan kita lakukan atau apa yang sudah kita lakukan untuk menyelesaikan masalah. Kita bisa menggunakan phrasal verbs when talking about taking action. We are looking into this matter and will contact you again later today. Itu more formal. I shall or will get in touch with the forwarding agent at once. I'll take care of this straight away. I'll get onto that now. I'll see to this immediately. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Ya, jadi bisa pakai kalimat-kalimat ini atau frase-frase ini. Terus ada juga we usually apologize for the problem or mistakes. We would like to apologize for the inconvenience. Saya lihat kalian udah menggunakan ini di beberapa percakapan dan itu sangat bagus. Terus we very much regret this misunderstanding. Ini ya bagus banget juga. I'm very sorry about that. Itu less formal. Let me apologize for this delay or mistake or error. Once again bisa pakai once again, bisa juga enggak ya, seperti itu. Jadi kalian bisa bikin percakapan kalian dengan menambahkan frase-frase seperti ini. Itu bukan frase ya, lebih ke kalimat sih ini. Kalimat-kalimat yang seperti ini karena itu sangat berguna dan sangat bagus untuk taking action and apologizing. So express your apologizing and also how you will take your action. Here in this book at chapter 8, you can also find so many others words, vocabularies, or maybe phrase or group of words, or maybe even adjectives or adverbs. Yeah, so please also check them out and try to make your conversation as well. If you will also want to make a conversation about payment, how to handle payment, you can also take a look at Unit 8 on page 66. Requesting, arranging payment, acknowledging payment, and so on. Okay, let's see. For your assignment, make a conversation related to documentation and finance. And for this conversation, there can be 2 people or 3 people in that one conversation. That way you can make the conversation just like the example I show you. So first you talk with your boss or your superiors, and also you talk with your client, or maybe you want to talk with your freight forwarders and so on. So there may be 2 or 3 people that will be okay in this conversation. And when you present in front of me, the lecturer, please do not read. Ya, yang kemarin saya rasa udah bagus banget, sudah banyak yang bisa menguasai. Mungkin ada juga yang masih terlalu singkat gitu, masih terlalu singkat percakapannya. Mungkin bisa dielaborasi lagi, dipersiapkan dengan baik lagi. Please do not read. If you forget, just go with the flow. Jadi nggak perlu sama persis dengan apa yang tertulis di situ. Tapi sebaiknya nggak nyontek juga sih, gitu. Each person at least should have 5 lines. At least ya, at the very least should have 5 lines. Tidak termasuk greetingsnya, hi, hello, how are you, itu tidak termasuk yang itu ya. Jadi 5 lines other than greetings, hi, hello, etc. Okay, seperti itu. And because for class A, our schedule will be on Wednesday, but unfortunately there will be a visiting professor program at that day, so we can't meet, too bad, but we can't have class at that day. So please just watch this video, and then after that you can try to make your own conversation. And also for class B, C, and D, because Thursday and also Friday there will be holiday, so we won't meet in the class as well. So once again, all of the class from A to D, please watch this video or try to learn from this PDF and also English for Logistics books, and then make your conversation, and then find me by next week, because we won't have our final exam next week. Masih 2 minggu lagi ya, bukan minggu depan tapi masih 2 minggu depan kita ujiannya. So find me next week, and then you can have your conversation in front of me. Okay, thank you very much everyone. I will see you again in our next meeting. Have fun with your assignment. Thank you. Bye bye.